Everyone loves a crop farm, right? But they can look a bit dull. Maybe just a square with some wheat in it, or maybe a tower of rectangles, or part of some crazy skyscraper complex. Surely we can make them look better than that. And by better, I mean in keeping with their surroundings, so they don't look like one standalone build right in the middle of whatever else it is you're building. So today, I'm going to show you 5 great ways you can grow your crops in a way that looks natural or as part of your existing builds, meaning you get your wheat, your carrots, your potatoes, and even your beetroot whilst your world looks fantastic and authentic. Now, it's worth mentioning that these crop farms and displays are all designed to be manual. If you'd like a similar video with automation, then just let me know in the comments below, and if there's enough interest, I'll look into that. And while you're down there, make the like button and the sub button really happy by giving them a little click. It really helps out the channel and it costs you absolutely nothing. So let's get on with this, shall we? And the first idea is pretty basic, but it's still really effective. We've simply grown our crops in an enclosed field, and we've got carrots, wheat and potatoes in 9x9 squares, and a waterlogged slab in the centre square with a light on top. In the centre, we've got kind of a barn set up. It's open on all sides, and we've got chests, barrels and also hay bales in there looking like it's all for storage. Scarecrows on the corners are made out of hay bales, fence posts and jack-o'-lanterns, but I felt 8 jack-o'-lanterns would be too much, so we just got fences with lanterns on top and the other ones. Each field is separated by a pathway with a gate at the end, which means you can access all areas from every single side of the farm here. Now, I know people will say, well, that's not really a farm, Avo, it's just a few fields. Well, yeah, you're right, but it's very natural and it would work into your base. And you can sow it with any crops you want and make it as big as you want too. And whilst I completely agree, it is simple, but it's also super adaptable, so you can make it fit with a stony theme by changing up the walls instead of fences. You can do singular crops, you could even do pumpkins and melons. Change it up however you'd want. It's really, really easy to make it your own. And that is why I made it my first crop design. The second design is completely different. In fact, it's something you can integrate into your house. It's a multi-level farm that only uses a single bucket of water. This one has got 3 5x5 crop squares, but you could make this as tall as you wanted. A single bucket waterlogs a stair at the top, and the water flows all the way down each level through holes in the middle of each field until it hits the hole on the bottom level. I made this one out of wood, but it would work equally well made out of stone or even a mixture of the two. And I've tried to make it look like it would fit beautifully on the side of a larger house. Imagine the wall at the back is actually your house wall, and this is literally sticking off the edge of it. Getting up to each level is really simple by using this ladder. You can climb up to the second and also the third levels, and when you're on the under levels, you're not able to jump up and down, which means you can't ruin your crops. It'll always remain hoed. And obviously you can path around the outside and stick in some bushes and some chests for storage as much as you'd like. I've actually used this style before, and it doesn't have to be a 5x5 square. As long as none of your farmland is more than 4 blocks away from the water in the middle, it's going to work beautifully. I'd be really interested to see how you adapt this, so maybe tag me on Instagram or on Twitter and let me know what you've done by posting a picture. So options 1 and 2 were man-made structures. Options 3, 4 and 5 are far more natural in keeping with the surroundings. Let's go and have a look now. Option 3 is a little walled garden. Okay, so the wall is probably man-made, but it looks pretty natural, doesn't it? This walled garden farm has got 4 entrances that you can go through, each of them gated off nicely so as nothing can get in. The path runs through and segments the garden into 2, and I've got 1 crop on one side and 1 crop on another. And just like the first farm, I've got a jack-o'-lantern scarecrow sat in the middle of it to add some character and also some light. I've further decorated it with a path going all the way around the outside using some packed mud, some coarse dirt and some gravel, and I've scattered some hay bales in there as well. All the way around, I've made the wall at least 1.5 blocks high, using a mixture of mossy and non-mossy slabs, steps and blocks. Now, this wall isn't designed to be mob-proof because I've put steps and slabs on the outside of it, but remove those and nothing will be able to get in. And make sure you make it interesting and a little bit craggy by putting upside down steps and slabs around the bottom level to give lots of holes. Texture is key for these stone walls, so make sure you use a good mixture of blocks including stone brick, mossy variants, andesite, cobble and stone. Again, this is completely scalable. You can make this as big or as small as you'd like. And change up the decoration, literally go to town. Flowers, different stone variants, different bushes. Do it however you would like. This is your baby. You could even include a water feature in there for a little bit more movement. I use this type of walled garden design all the time. It's really effective and you can do all kinds of different things with it. I really recommend you give it a go. And the next idea is kind of a variation on this really. It's a multi-leveled wall garden, with each level having a different crop. I quite like the idea of this being up a hill, so I've got slabs and steps going up to the garden and then further steps going up to the very top circle. The farm is just 4 7-wide circles stuck together, so it's just this shape repeated 4 times with the edges overlapping. The first circle's wall is 1 high, the second is 2 high, the third is 3 high, and the fourth is 4 high, which gives you that gradual progression of a spiral. I've not tried it, but I imagine you could carry on spiraling this up as high as you'd want to. I've textured the walls up using stone, stone brick, cobblestone and andesite, and I roughed the top up a little by sticking some slabs on, otherwise it'd look really flat. There's a chest right at the entrance and it's a slab, a block, a slab and a block, and then another slab which takes you right to the top. Although you'll notice in each farm there is a slab in the corner. That means that you're never going to drop down onto your crops from 1 high, which means you'll never have to re-hoe it. That's true of each individual one. There's one there, there's one there, and there's also one right there as well. Yes, I planted radishes, don't judge me. I've decorated around the outside with flowers and leaves and also put in some glow lichen and some vines just to make the green stand out against that grey stone. And obviously each farm section is hydrated with a waterlogged slab in the middle with a post and a light on. And even if I do say so myself, I think this one looks absolutely brilliant. So farms 3 and 4, far more natural but still constructed by a person, walls etc. are involved. What if we have something that is entirely made by nature? Well, number 5 is exactly that. It is a mountainside waterfall oasis, where the water in the waterfall and the pond below is actually hydrating the crops, with a little help from the odd bucket hidden under the ground here and there. The entire waterfall is powered by a single bucket waterlogging a step near the top, which falls down over steps and blocks with enough drops to make sure the water goes all the way to the end. I've just made sure that all the steps and slabs are all waterlogged and that the pool at the bottom is flat. Now bear in mind, 1 bucket of water gives a hydrating distance of 4 blocks, which means we've got hydration quite a long way out from the sides of this pool, and also the steps and slabs on this second level. I decorated the actual pool up with some green glass panes and some brown counters on top to look like bulrushes, with lily pads, sea pucals and a little bit of seagrass underneath the water to give it some life and movement. And I threw in a little bit of sugarcane there for texture. And we've got 3 crops gradually coming down each side, starting with wheat, moving in potatoes and then into carrots. And I've put in a pathway that goes up both directions, one side and the other side of the pool, which means you can go right to the top and access all of your crops really easily. Add in some carefully placed leaves for bushes, a few trees and a load of flowers, and you've got a beautiful area that also provides you with at least 3 different types of crop. Being able to make something beautiful out of something potentially ugly like this dirt cliff face is what separates a good Minecraft world from a great Minecraft world. And all it is really is a load of textured blocks. We've got some mossy cobble, we've got some andesite, we've got some stone. I haven't got any stone bricks because that's not a natural block. We've got a few variants in there. We've textured it up, get in some steps, get in some slabs, and bang, you've got an awesome looking mountainside. And I think if you were showing your world to your friends and they saw this, they would be really impressed. So which of these 5 options is your favourite? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd be really interested to know your thoughts. And also, how would you have done any of them differently? And if you'd like a tutorial on how to make any of these block by block, then again, let me know in the comments and I'll stick it on my list of things to do for you. So there you have 5 ways that you can build a manual crop farm. These are designed to inspire you, not necessarily for you to copy. Make them your own. Change anything up you'd like. Seriously, go to town. I'd love to know what you've done. And I will look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.